thought of having makeup products just sat in my drawers gathering dust makes me so sad, but unfortunately with having such a big makeup collection, that is the reality with some things, and I'm really hoping that today, by showcasing these things and talking about these things, dusting them off, that I can really inspire myself to reach for these more. For one way or another, these are just the most neglected products in my makeup collection. I really hate having things that are just sat there not being used, but being a project panner as well, it makes it even more difficult to try and get use on everything. I try and have very low commitment project pans sprinkled here and there so that I can get some casual use on things, but there are inevitably some things that do fall through the cracks. But just before we do jump into the video today, if you have not already, like and subscribe. I upload every single day here on my YouTube channel. I love bright, fun, colourful makeup like I'm wearing it today, and of course everything on my face will be linked down below. If you're ever interested, you know exactly where to find it. Let me know as well down in the comments, what is your most neglected makeup product? I would love to know. Maybe it's something that I love, maybe it's something that I've never even heard of before. Sound off in the comments. I'd love to hear all your thoughts and opinions. But with that being said, I'm gonna jump into it, and I'm gonna go in the order that you do your face. So it would be very, very easy for me to just have like 20 eyeshadow palettes in this video, but I've tried my best to really spread out the categories. So I went through category by category and tried to only pick a few select products from each category just to make it a bit less boring. So I don't have any primers in my makeup collection, so none of them are neglected, or technically all of them are neglected because I'm neglecting primer as a whole. Nothing is in my collection, not even one. So let's move on to foundation. So foundation, this is the Uoma by Sharon C foundation. I have used this in a Get Ready With Me a few weeks ago, and the reason that I neglected this so much is because I was just under the impression that this was really dark for me. I bought this for graduation over a year ago now, and I've probably used it a handful of times. You can tell by the pump it's not been used that much, and it smells really... Is it good or bad? It smells like paint, but it's kind of like a good paint. Does that make sense? I've been scared of reaching for this because of the fact that I've found it so dark. However, in the Get Ready With Me that I did recently, it was a product that I forgot existed in my makeup collection, and I reached for this and it actually wasn't dark for me. Who'd have thought? Who'd have thought? I did mix it in a little bit with a lighter concealer, just a tiny, tiny bit, but I was under the impression that this was like bad, and it really wasn't at all. So doing that Get Ready With Me really did fuel me to reach for this. Unfortunately, I still haven't been able to. I am project panning quite a few foundations right now, so it does make it a little bit difficult to reach for my wider collection, and that is also a massive reason why I took the decision to cut back a few of my projects as well. I have noticed that a lot of my makeup is neglected, and I don't want that. I do not want neglected makeup. So hopefully now that I have cut back on projects, all of these products in this video are going to get some love if I like them. There are a few things in here that I have neglected because I just don't like them, but we'll see. We'll talk about that later on. So I did look at my powder collection and my concealer collection, and because I have such small numbers in those categories, I really didn't think that I neglected any of it. I think that I rotate through my concealer and powder collections pretty well, so I'm gonna skip over that and let's talk about bronzer. So this bronzer, this is gonna throw my lighting off so bad, so I'm gonna try and hold it like this. This is my Primark Bronze Whip bronzer, and it is a cream. Dun dun dun. If you're not new to my channel, you will know that cream products are not for me. Cream products are not for me. I'm a powder product girly. I absolutely love my powder products. I would reach for a powder any day over a cream product. However, I have decided just to have this as cream products in general. It would be so easy of me to just roll in all of my cream products into this video, but this is just kind of representing creams as a whole. I just don't use them at all. I powder my face. I like powdering my face. I like powdering my face after my concealer and before my cheek products. It's just how it works for me. I find cheek products a little bit more of a hassle than powder products, and I don't know, it's just something that I've never really got into. So this is probably going to be a declutter at the end of the year. year just because I know I won't reach for it. There was a part of me last year that was like, maybe I'll get into cream products because all of the internet loves cream products right now. Maybe I'll have an epiphany one night. It's still not happened, so it's not gonna happen. I'm gonna be decluttering all my creams, so stay tuned for Vlogmas because that's gonna be a bit crazy. So I have 2 blush products, and I do have a cream blush, which of course is the most neglected blush, but I didn't want to be repetitive. So the first thing that I'm gonna talk about is my SheGlam blush in the shade Seduction. Now, I don't know why I've neglected this so much. I bought this about 3 years ago now, which is crazy, and you can see the usage on it. There's no use. There is no use on it. It is so brand new. I've probably swatched it and maybe used it twice in 3 years. I do have a huge blush collection, so that is definitely a negative when it comes to using up blushes and trying to get good use on all of my blushes. This, I don't know why it's been so neglected. I do like these more cool tone shades. I've said in many videos before, I kind of like to match my blush to the weather, and I live in England, so a cool toned, dusty shade is absolutely perfect because it rains constantly here in England. So, you know, I should be using this all the time, but I just forget that this exists. I think I need to roll this in to maybe a 10 uses sometime soon because this blush, I can't remember the last time I used it, and that's really, really sad. I will say I am pre-filming this video, so I have got my Project 10 Uses update to film, so maybe one of these will be going into a Project 10 Uses, so just keep in mind that I am filming this before that. So hopefully, I actually hope that this video inspires me to roll it into a Project 10 Uses, so I'm really hoping you are going to see something from this video there. I'm living it up in Seville right now, and it's my birthday soon, so it's a very exciting time, but this blush, it makes me sad. It really does. What also makes me sad, all of these make me sad, but this makes me so sad as well. This is the Makeup Obsession Sweet Like a Peach little blush palette. This is what it looks like. It is so gorgeous. I did have this in an everyday makeup drawer not too long ago, and I think I reached for it once. It was not much. I love these unique tones. Like, this is a bright orange blush. I have got nothing like that in my makeup collection. I think that is so unique and so cool. I love this more like true peach color. You can mix it with this super light shade. I know that this shade isn't very good. The shimmer, slight shimmer, it's not great. I did swatch all of my blush collection, by the way, in my cheek inventory. If you were interested in that, I'll link it up in the cards for you guys. But this is just something that I overlook for some reason. I think I've been so focused on Pan That Face palette this year, and that palette has 2 blushes in it. So blush has just been a very neglected category in my makeup collection this year, and that makes me so sad. I don't want that. I love blush. I am a blush fiend. It kind of makes me baffled to think that a few years ago I did not even use blush. I was one of those girls that was like, I don't like blush, I don't need blush, and now I'm like, girl, wear some blush. Let's move on to highlight. So I don't think many of my highlights are actually that neglected. I was looking through my highlight collection and I feel like they are used. I think I have a very good usage on all of them, but something that I really haven't reached for recently is my Revolution Mega Lightning highlight. This I used to use a lot. It was domed. Can you see that? It's not domed anymore. I used to just like plow through this. This was £4. This is insane. And it is almost too blinding. You know, there's the Ofra Glazed Donut highlight that I love, and this is more blinding than that. And I just find that sometimes it's just a bit too much. It does scare me a little bit. I am very pale, as you can probably see today, but I mean, this is me with a tan, so whoops, you know, I'm just so pale. I'm like a ghost all the time. But this is like too much, even for me, and that is saying so much. I have to use the tiniest amount of this, and rather than like tiptoeing around a product, I'd rather just use a product that I know works. I don't think I'm ever going to get rid of this, not in the near future anyway, because I still do really, really love it and really, really enjoy it. However, it is something that I keep in mind when trying to reach for this product, and it does put this at a disadvantage sometimes just because it's like do I really want to have to tiptoe around this? Maybe not. All right, let's talk about eyeshadow. So I decided to pull out this. This is my Colourpop Super Shock shadow in Moonwalk, and this is like a green to brown duochrome. This is so neglected in my collection. Like, this is like really bad. I've swatched this a few times. I may have used it once or twice, but other than that, I don't think I've used it properly. I literally can't remember the last time I used it properly, and it's a really nice colour. I'm surprised it still works because these Super Shock shadows do have a nasty habit of drying up on me. I'm surprised it's still okay. But these warm tone kind of greens, I just don't reach for. Green especially is a colour that I don't seem to be pulled into very much. Green is probably my second to least liked colour to wear on my eyes. However, now that I think about it, I probably wear green less than pink, and that is crazy to me. I just need to use this. I need to play around with greens. I think I'm just not comfortable with greens. I think green is so out my comfort zone that I just like don't even look at it. But this shade is so beautiful. It is such a nice, it can be an everyday shade, but it also can be dressed up as well. I really do need to use this more. Hopefully this is rolled into a casual project pan very soon, because look at that. Just swatching that is like, yes. So I do have 3 eyeshadow palettes, and of course eyeshadow was gonna be the main bad boy in this video, because yeah, I love eyeshadow palettes. Eyeshadow is my absolute favorite thing to buy, to wear, to try, to test, to swatch, to look at, to everything. So of course I have a massive eyeshadow collection, and unfortunately that means some things do get neglected. Let's talk about this first. This is my Mini Star palette from Natasha Denona, and mine looks a little bit different. So this shade has been scraped out and replaced, and so has this end shade. Now that I've replaced the shades, I like this a lot better. I did reach for this once about 2 months ago, but before that, I can't even remember. Now that this shade has been replaced, I do like it a lot more. This is what it looks like now. The original shade honestly offended me because it was just brown and murky. This new shade is so much more interesting. It's the same color story, but just like amped up to crazy town, you know? I wanted this shade to be the original shade, and I think I got so mad at this palette that I just like threw it in a corner. This also has some strange memories attached to it. This is a palette that I bought with my ex. That was a whole messy situation. If you know, you know. So it's just kind of like a weird palette that's, I don't know. I like it now that I've replaced the shades, but I think because I'm working on so many neutral eyeshadows in projects like Pan That Palette, these kind of things do get neglected. And it's very, very similar with the next palette that I'm going to talk about, which is the Nabla Cutie Platinum palette. This is a very neutral palette, and I love it. I really do. It is so pretty. But again, because I'm doing so many Pan That Palette projects that I'm so focused on finishing eyeshadows, I kind of don't reach for this, but this is so gorgeous. I always swatch this shade. Literally, look at this. I've tapped it. You saw that. It was literally a tap, and I'm going to swatch it. Boom. Look how insane that is. Look how insane. It is so gorgeous. It is so beautiful, but I just don't reach for it. I need to roll this into an everyday makeup drawer or something like that. Maybe I'll do like a neglected product themed everyday makeup drawer. And also, let me know if you want to see this. I took inspiration by Sarah Rose recently, and I've started my everyday makeup drawer series, but I think what I'm going to do is a little get ready with me at the end of my everyday makeup drawer videos, just to actually make sure that I use all those products at least once. There have been a few everyday makeup drawer rotations that I've just been like, oh, haven't used that. And that is not the point of that video. I want to be able to use them. So if I do a get ready with me at the end of the video, it just makes sure that I actually use those products. So let me know what you think about that down in the comments. This is so beautiful. This shade is so up my street as well. Gem System. Oh, I love these cool tones. Cool tone neutrals are gorgeous. I think something that is pulling me away from this palette is that you can't really do much with it. Once you do 1 or 2 looks, you're kind of stuck then. And I don't really want to be stuck. So I've definitely got to roll this into an everyday makeup drawer sometime, actually use it, actually get to know it, because I cannot remember the last time I used this. Actually, I do remember the last time I used this, and it was like 3 years ago. So, whoops. That's really bad. And finally, for eyeshadow palettes, I decided to roll in a Colourpop palette. This is the Colourpop Frozen 2 Elsa palette, and this is what it looks like inside. Really, really pretty. However, when I bought this palette, I think I only saw these 3 shades here, because it is a very warm pink palette with a pop of blue. I love blue. I don't like pink. I kind of got blindsided by the blues in this palette, which is not a good thing to do. These shimmers are really pretty. Northern Lights. I'm going to swatch this one. It's so pretty. There we go. Can you see that like greeny shift in there? Stunning. I do love this palette in principle. In practice, maybe not so much. I do get scared of these very, very, very red pinks. They do scare me, but I need to use this more. Again, I need to use this more. I've been saying that so much in this video, but honestly, I do. This shade Flurry, I used to use on my nails all the time. I do get my nails professionally done now, so I don't really have the chance to do that anymore, but I think I could make a really nice look with this. I remember this was in a No Pan Left Behind a very long time ago, and I did really enjoy the looks that I made with this palette. And then ever since then, I just never reached for it. So I'm hoping that in the next few, I don't know, weeks or months, I can roll this in and have some fun with it. And finally, I have 3 lip products to talk about. So let's talk about this first. This is another Colourpop product. Oh, I couldn't open that then. This is the shade Jam Sesh from Colourpop, and it is a bright red lip. I don't wear red lips. Well, I used to, okay, story time. When I was at drama school, you had to wear red lips all the damn time. It was like a staple. If you didn't have a red lip, I don't know what you were doing. Red lips in drama school, if you know, you know, they are a plague. So as soon as I left drama school, I never wore a red lip ever again. I never really liked how red lips looked on me. I just feel like, I don't know, it clashed a little bit with my colouring maybe. It just didn't work. Or maybe I just got PTSD from red lips. You know, who knows? But this definitely isn't something that I reach for often at all. A red lip, I do have the urge to do a red lip every now and then. And when I say every now and then, I mean like once a year. So this definitely has, it has been used a hell of a lot. But as soon as I left drama school, never again. Never again, baby. Never, ever again. Maybe I should do like a red lip glam one day. That'd be really nice. Oh, I could use Ritz. Oh my gosh, yes. See, I'm thinking of things. I need a push to use this because otherwise I just won't. And that makes me really sad. I can't get rid of it though, because this is the only red lipstick that I own. And if I do have that urge to use a red lip, then I'm going to be stuck. And what am I going to do then? You know? Next, this makes me so sad. This is Fenty Beauty. It is the shade Pink Dragonfly. I got this for Christmas and I actually don't think I've used it at all, which is so sad. Should I put it on now? I feel like my lip product's kind of worn off because I've been talking so much. This is the 3rd of 4 videos that I'm filming today, guys. Like, pre-filming is crazy. Let's just put it on now. Let's look. Does it go with this eye look? Probably not. See? First time. First time's a charm. Look at that. So now it's not neglected because I've used it, but I've had this for a very long time and I just haven't used it. I love the Fenty lip formulas. They are just so gorgeous and beautiful. I could wear them every single day, but clearly I don't because I have so many lip products that it's kind of overwhelming. And so now that I love this though. It's so comfortable. Just Fenty in general. I really want to buy those Fenty click stick things. Oh my gosh. Like, they look insane. They look incredible. They look beautiful. And I'm so excited. Like, I really do want to buy them. I'm trying not to, though. I'm trying. But this is gorgeous. I definitely need to pull this in more. Just, like, looking at it on my lips right now, I'm really sad that I haven't rolled this into something or haven't reached for it because it's so stunning. Next, finally, this is my Beauty Bay Lip Balm in Strawberry. Now, this is very pink. That's what it looks like there. I'm not a pink person, especially not like a hot Barbie cool tone pink, you know? This is like a very girly, girly, girly pink, and I don't vibe with that. That's not my vibe, that's not my style. This was in a set of 3, and I do like the other 2, but this shade is just like a lot. Maybe I could try it as a cream blush, or maybe I could just try it on my lips. I don't think I've ever used it on my lips yet, which is sad. I have just looked at the shade and gone like, no thank you. So maybe I should just try it. Maybe I should just bite the bullet one day and just try it on my lips. I can always rub it off, you know, it's not going to be tattooed on there. But I've not used this at all. I think I used it as a cream blush once in my first try on, but other than that, nothing at all. I do love this formula though. It is so comfortable. The other 2 shades that I have are Cherry and Coconut and Vanilla. Both of them are mwah, chef's kiss, absolutely love. This one, just not my style, which is fine. Everyone has their own style and preferences. I don't know, maybe I should just bite the bullet and just put it on my lips one day. But here we go. These are my most neglected makeup products in my makeup collection. Let me know, do you own any of these? Do you absolutely love some of these? That would be so interesting to find out. Let me know all your thoughts and opinions down below in the comments. I am going to be doing a most used products in my makeup collection as well, so definitely stick around for that because that's going to be so much fun to film. But with that being said, this is where I'm going to love you and leave you for today, guys. Like and subscribe, and I will see you tomorrow for a brand new video. Bye bye!